Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am art. And I am your host for I Am Smart. The quiz where people look to improve their art, improve themselves, improve their lives through learning, and strive to earn the right to say, yeah, baby, I am smart. The format of this quiz, very simple, very straightforward. 3 rounds of questions for your brain, 3 musings for your imaginosphere. What you're going to need for this quiz is something to write with, something to write on. Okay, optional is a beverage, because whilst it's nothing to do with the actual quiz, we do like to kick things off with a toast here. Just brings us all together as one. We're a global audience here. We like to bring ourselves together. So I hope you've all got your beverages at the ready. That is a fan. I'm going to move the fan out of the way. Just don't want it distracting you. I just don't want it distracting you. There we go. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Here we go. Here's the toast. To Christopher Nolan. Many's the time that people in the filmmaking business don't advertise their wares well. They'll use deception and fancy talk and sometimes straight lying to get your bum into the cinema. And once you're in, who cares whether they lied or not? They've got your money. Christopher Nolan said, no way, Kemosabe. I'ma tell the truth. He revealed in an interview with Wired recently that people were leaving early screenings of his latest film, Oppenheimer, which opened this week, unable to speak because they are, quote, absolutely devastated. Want to see my movie, he says? Well, don't make plans for a couple of days afterwards because you're going to be an absolute emotional mess. And you don't find that kind of honesty too often in Hollywood. To Christopher Nolan, here we go. Yeah, I'm going to double dip for that first one. How are we all? Hello, Smarties. I'm just going to turn myself down a little bit. Might be popping a little bit there. I do apologize. Woo! How are we? SJ Beck 72. Hello, Smarties. Hello, not me. Hello to you, SJ Beck 72. Lovely to see you here. Lovely to see you here. Maple Panda, good evening from Uncle Town and myself. Hello, Uncle Town. And hello to you, Maple Panda. Thank you so much for joining me. And TB Douglas, hello, nice and simple. Hello to you too. Hello to you too. How are we doing today? Cameraman George, hi Team Smarties. George, lovely to see you. I hope you are doing well. Unfortunately, the person that I'm not seeing in the chat is the person that is arguably most important today. It is the high point scorer from last time. 2 weeks ago, we had a week off last week, but 2 weeks ago, was Nana Hobob, the somewhat controversial high point scorer, because of course did pay for the bespoke Drops of Imaginosphere round, paid 10,000 Drops of Imaginosphere to have a round of the quiz about a specialist subject, which for him was digital cameras of the last 5 years, did very well and earned that victory. I like to reward the people who watch my show a lot, so he did earn it, and I've got nothing bad to say about him. However, he has not shown up today, which is fine, but it does mean that he won't be able to cash in and pick a round that he wants to play. So let's get rid of the chat box. Let's see the rounds. These are the rounds that he would have been able to choose from. These are the rounds that are in the round selector today. We've got a Haikusei. Haikusei's been there for months and months. Nobody's chosen. I wrote those haikus when I was a different man. Gosh, I wrote those a long time ago. People don't seem to like that round, and that's absolutely fine. That's your choice. That's your call. We've got Spotlight. We've got Yay or Nay. Who that artiste? Song lyrics, anagram ding dong, gimme 5, movie ladder, alphabet, Usey choose, order, and Notme wood. So we've got a nice robust, including our two newies, Usey choose and order. Got another new one, rumbling in the just baking in the oven there, just letting that bake a little bit more, just so that gets a little bit. But for now, I think we have no option but to choose 3 rounds with the picking the rounds music. I think that's the only choice that we have. So I think I say let's go for it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. There we go. We've got our 3. It was random. One of the egg halves fell down and one of the pieces of paper fell down. But we're here. So we've got, my gosh, we've got movie ladder, we've got order, and we've got alphabet. What pleases me is that these are 3 rounds that are pretty easy for me to replicate. So not a lot of hard work for me next week, which makes me happy. Sue me. Yeah? Sue me. Sometimes I like to take the easy route. That doesn't necessarily make it the wrong route. We're going to turn off the picking the rounds music, because otherwise it's going to come back next time we come onto the main page. We're going to get rid of the rounds. We're going to look just for a second at that wonderful picture of me that Zachalicious drew once upon a time. Look at that. Look at that guy. Look at that waistline. Still somewhat accurate. But I've never gone without socks. Too sweaty. So the feet would just... It would be like walking on sponges after about 4 or 5 minutes. So let's not do that. So let's have a look at these rounds. Let's see about an order, shall we? What did we have? We had movie ladder. Oh, that's quite interesting. We had alphabet. That's quite nice. And we had order. I was thinking of changing that, wasn't I? I think I will change that. Yeah. So let's go order. Let's go movie ladder, and then let's finish with alphabet. Shall we do it? Let's do it. Order. Indeed. Let's find the thing. How can you make sense of art in the world without putting it in order, guys? Bob Dylan's 80s stuff had to come after his 60s stuff, because if he'd started with his 80s stuff, he never would have become famous, because a lot of people hated it, okay? It's all about, yeah? One after the other. So in the order round, those are the... What's that okay at the bottom? Doesn't make sense. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to give you 4 things, okay? And you need to put them in, okay? What do you need to put them in?
Order!
Thank you, John. You need to put them in order, okay? So, order options, okay. So I did change this. So the question is, okay, yes. So the question is for this week, put these movie stars in height. Put these movie stars in height. In height what? Order. Height order, okay? I'm going to give you the 4 movie stars, and it's your job to put them in order. Again, I will remind you, in this one it gets a little bit more complicated, because it's up to you how many you choose to put in order. If I said a very short, one of the people was very short and one of the people was very tall, and those are the only ones you were confident at, you could put just those two people, and if that was correct, you would get 1 point. If you think, well, I can pretty much put these three people in order, and that's correct, you'll get 3 points. If you put all four in order, and that's correct, you'll get 5 points. But if you put any out of order, regardless of how many you choose to write, if you say, well, I know this one's taller than this one, and it isn't, even though you've only put 2, you'll get no points, okay? So it's, do you risk it for a biscuit, okay? Here's your image. We've got Jack Black, we've got Tom Cruise, we've got Ewan McGregor, we've got Tom Holland. And this isn't in alphabetical order. No, I tell you what order this is in. It was just just completely random because of how I noodled it around in the graphics program that I was working with. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with. So Jack Black, Tom Cruise, Ewan McGregor, Tom Holland. TB Douglas, SJ Beck 72 looking to replicate last week's success with this one. Yeah, SJ Beck 72 kind of dominated the last and the first round of order. Did very, very well. Punted. I don't think it's harsh to say punted for all four, and just absolutely got it right. Got that 5 points, and that spurred them on to victory. So this is a big one. This is a big one. Order round can really turn things around for people, okay? It's a high risk, high reward type situation. You can only try. Absolutely, SJ Beck 72. You can only try. I mean, you can just, if you say, well, Jack Black's definitely taller than Tom Holland, for instance. If you're confident with that, you can just put those two, you can just get one. There's no shame in just getting 1 point, okay? There's no shame at all. Gosh, I put the thing on to try and cool down, but it is still, I've got 2 fans on me at the moment, but it's still too much. Still too much. We're going to have to drape. We're going to have to drape. There we go. There's the drape. There's the drape. Oh, it does feel better. It does feel better, actually. That's the thing. There we go. That's all the question. That's the only question we're going to have. And you could get 5 points from that. 1, 3, or none. You're not going to get 2 or 4. Those are reserved for other rounds. But we're not finished with the round yet. Because, of course, we need a musing. The musing is simply this. Your friend says that they want to grow 3 inches and they don't care how crazy the method is. What advice do you give them? So this is your friend saying, comes to you, a loved one, says to you, I want to grow 3 inches. Yeah? I want to grow 3 inches. You need to give them some advice for how they can grow those 3 inches. Now, conventional science will tell you that's impossible. Conventional science will tell you that this is more a self-esteem issue. We're not interested in that. We're interested in some really thinking outside the box ideas for how to grow 3 inches. That's simple. That's how it is, okay? That's what we're looking for. Oh, there's another ad in progress, is there? Gosh. Apologies to anybody who is watching an advert here. So only 4 people watching. Interesting. We've got a reduced audience here today for some reason. It's fine by me. It's fine by me. I give 100% regardless of how many people are watching. That's what makes me great. Let's go back to Maine, guys. Let's go back to Maine. First round done. First round, nice and easy, nice and done. Okay? What did we say was the second round? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Let's climb those ladders, guys. Movie ladder, guys. All actors are connected, okay? We know that. They've all been in things with each other and met each other and probably done drugs with each other, knowing Hollyweird, but this tests that, okay? So you know who is who, okay? Who is who and who's been in what. Is it that? It is that. So I'm going to give you 6 movies with rungs in between. You just need to let me know who the rungs are. Each actor will be somebody who has been in both the film above and the film below, okay? And if we could do all of them, then we will complete the movie ladder. Nice and simple. Here's your ladder for today, guys. Here is your ladder for today. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning was released a couple of weeks ago. I did a video on it. I enjoyed it greatly. I really enjoyed it greatly. I really did. Thought it was great. We've also got Star Trek: Into Darkness. That's the second one of the more recent ones. Then we've got Doctor Strange, Marvel, popping up. We've got Sherlock Holmes. Again, the more recent one. We've got Tropic Thunder. And we've got Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. So we're starting with Mission Impossible films. Because that is the one that's recently released. That was bothering me. I wonder if it was bothering you as well. So you just need to let me know. Somebody who is in both Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning and Star Trek Into Darkness. Somebody who is in Star Trek Into Darkness and Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange and Sherlock Holmes, Tropic Thunder, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. And for those of you who are interested in the numbers, this is Mission Impossible 7, Star Trek 2, Doctor Strange 1, Sherlock Holmes 1, Tropic Thunder, there was only one of them, and Mission Impossible 4, I believe. Just so everybody's on the same page. Give you a couple more minutes of that one. It's very warm where I am in the world. I hope that your weather has been treating you nicely. I was having a very interesting look around. I was just walking my son Jesus, and I'm a big fan of mini stories, images that tell a small story. And so I enjoy very much looking at. I mean, I've got a fan here. I've got a fan here. I've got air conditioning throughout my home. I'm a very, very lucky boy. But there are some people who are not as lucky. And when you see on a very hot day windows open, on a warm day, an open window is a beautiful thing. They're letting the outside in. It's all very kind of getting connected with nature. It's truly a lovely thing. I mean, nature and smog, of course, but sometimes that is part of nature. But on a really hot day, a window open says, we don't have air conditioning. And that turns that image into a tragedy. Just seeing that makes me sad. It makes me cry out of my eyes, which then mingles with all the sweat from my forehead. It's a powerful image, if you're looking for it, yeah? That's kind of my whole secret. Okay, so that's enough time for the movie ladder. We need amusing, though. Of course we need amusing. You have one Mission Impossible style face mask and voice changer. It's one of the hallmarks of the Mission Impossible series, is that they will occasionally rip off a mask, and it's a little like a bit of technical wizardry here to change the vocal cords. So you can look and sound like anybody. You can wear it once for a maximum of 20 minutes. Whose persona do you adopt, and how do you use it? You could choose anybody in the world. They've got the fancy little equipment. The fancy equipment often breaks in the more recent Mission Impossible films to add that extra little bit of danger. But if it was all working perfectly, and you get to have a face mask of anybody in the world, you get to wear it for 20 minutes, much like it's like a Cinderella type thing, where after 20 minutes, that Mission Impossible style mask will turn into a pumpkin, and then you'll just be a weirdo with a pumpkin on your face, and the little neck thing will turn into a small crab that is just pinching itself onto your thing. And people will say, good Lord, what is that freak show going around? Pumpkin head with a crab neck? My God, this is disgusting. Would have changed Cinderella quite a lot, but this is the scenario that we're presenting. Before you become a pumpkin-headed crab neck, whose persona do you adopt? Whose face and voice do you steal? And how do you use it? Write it down wherever you wish, and we will go through these later. And there's the second round done. There's the second round done. It's that easy, guys. It is simply that easy. Okay? I hope you're all enjoying things. I certainly am. Gosh, I'll let you know that. See, because we've had 2 rounds where it's like, I'm just throwing up a thing and I'm not really asking questions. I'm asking 1 question per round. We're chugging through it, guys. And the fact that, of course, very few people are watching. Just means we might get out of here in a tight half an hour. TB Douglas redeemed a What is Art. Okay. I have... this is my new book. It's made by Claire Fontaine. It's a very fine notebook with some very fine... Not sure if you can see it. There it is to see it. I'm not sure if you can hear it. There it is to hear it. Very fine paper. Very fine paper. And it's where I'm writing all of my That Is Arts. So this one day will be absolutely chock full. And then I'll probably auction it for charity and get a lot of plaudits. But it's not about that, guys. It's not about the plaudits. It's about the children or animals or, dead people or environment that I'm helping with the charity. It's about the charity, guys. But let's do a That Is Art. Let's do a That Is Art. Okay. Yeah, I've got it. I've got it. Don't worry about this. Let's see how this one works. Let's see how this one works. Enjoy this, TB Douglas. When you realize that the plant you bought 6 months ago is still alive, you didn't kill it. You are Gaia.
That is art.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Keeping houseplants alive, my word, it feels good, doesn't it? My word, it feels good. Thank you, TB. That's lovely. That's a lovely vote of confidence. Really, really nice. SJBX72 is the first weekend of the school holidays here, so probably a lot of people are away on holiday. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I certainly wouldn't want to begrudge them going on holiday. And if that requires a slightly smaller, slightly more select bunch of Smarties, tube of Smarties, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. No problem with that whatsoever. Shall we crack on? More select indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not going to say wheat from the chaff. That's not a thing that I would say. And I kind of resent you trying to push me towards it there. But, if you want to say it, I'm not going to stop you. Thumbs up. That says yes. Alphabet. Alphabet, baby. Let's get the instructions in the chat. There we go. There we go. A tube of Smarties. Absolutely. Not entirely full, but it's that thing where... Where am I? There I am. Gosh, sorry. It's that thing where if you see a tube of Smarties on the coffee table, on a shelf perhaps, in a cupboard, and you think, oh, there's probably not any of those Smarties left, and you give it a little shake, rattle, rattle, rattle. There's still 2 or 3, or, as of right now, 3 Smarties in there, and you think, do you know what, that's absolutely fine. I'm just glad that there are some there at all. Alphabet, guys, at some point we just need to comprehensively go through all art, don't we? We just top to bottom, we need to go through all of the art. Yeah? What better way than alphabetically? What better way than alphabetically? Never happens here, sadly. Yeah, it's difficult to leave a tube of Smarties unfinished, but sometimes it happens. Maybe you get distracted by a gunshot, or the dishwasher being done, or somebody urgently knocking at your door because, I don't know, they're giving birth. You know, these things do happen. The letter that we've got today, guys, the letter that we've got today is the letter G. G is the letter. Gee whiz, what a letter it is. So every single answer to the questions that I ask here will begin with G. If we're looking for a person, their surname will begin with G. That's what we're going for here, guys. Okay? Everything is a G. Let's go for question 1 here. Let's go for question 1. Answers beginning with G. Here we go. Here we go. Which classic Beach Boys song was, at the time, the most expensive record ever made and utilizes an electro-theremin to achieve its groundbreaking sound? Which classic Beach Boys song was, at the time, not anymore, but at the time, the most expensive record ever made and utilizes an electro-theremin to achieve its groundbreaking sound? I can do a pretty decent impression of an electro-theremin, but I won't at this stage for fear of giving too many clues. There we go. Question number 2. Which actor starred in 4 Alfred Hitchcock films? Suspicion, Notorious, To Catch a Thief, and North by Northwest. Which actor starred in 4 Alfred Hitchcock films? Suspicion, Notorious, To Catch a Thief, and North by Northwest. Pretty well regarded, Alfred Hitchcock. Question number 3. Which Gillian Flynn book was later adapted into a David Fincher film starring Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike? Gamer Hall, hello to you. Hi, Smarties. Sorry I'm late. No worries. No worries, Gamer. You have missed most of the questions, but that's absolutely fine. You've got at least a chance of smashing through them when we go through the answers. Because they are just one question. You know, it's movie ladder and order. So you've got a chance. You've got a chance of catching up here, Gamer Hole. No problem whatsoever. TB Douglas. Oh, I recently reread that one. Well, that makes it a lot easier. That makes it a lot easier when I do start asking questions about books that you have only recently reread. I'll get the same amount right that I always do then, laughing face with tears. Well, I hope those are genuine laughing tears and not laughing through the pain tears. Okay, Gamer? No need for tears here. No need for tears. You're only competing against yourself. If you can get one more than you usually get, that's a successful day. That is a successful quiz. Question number 4. Which style of architecture has everything to do with pointed arches and flying buttresses, which is a wonderful word to say? If you just want to take a moment and say it to yourself right now, out loud, just say it to yourself. Buttresses. Say it once more. Buttresses. That's a lovely mouthfeel. Which style of architecture has everything to do with pointed arches and flying buttresses and nothing to do with dark eye makeup and being miserable? Style of architecture here. And the letter that we're dealing with here, Gamer Hall, as you are a latecomer, the letter that we're dealing with in this alphabet round is a G. It's a G. What young children who haven't yet learned the names of the letters would refer to as G. G. And the final question of this round, final question of the entire week, really. Question number 5. Which Italian movie and literary genre is typified by gory violence, eroticism, and murder mystery thrillers? If you've reread recently one of these types of books, TB, then I would start considering the idea that God is really on your side at the moment. This would be pretty rando. It's an Italian movie and literary genre typified by gory violence, eroticism, and murder mystery thrillers. This one I would say is the trickiest one. But everything's tricky if you don't know the answer. So what do I know? That is tricky. Yeah, it is tricky, TB. It is tricky. I'm not going to apologize for that. I want to test you guys. I want to make you guys the best artists that I can. And to me, that involves giving you some easy questions, build up your confidence, and then hitting you with some pretty tricky questions as well. Really pushing you, not allowing you to rest on your laurels. And if you don't know it, you'll find out the answer later, won't you? You'll find out the answer later. Okay, here we go. And the musing, and thanks to a suggestion from TB, the musings also have to begin with a G now. That's the thing that happens in the alphabet round. Create a very specific movie genre that you would love and give it a G name. I want a G name for a movie genre that you would love. The movie genre that we dealt with in question 5. Quite specific. And so I want that I want that real specificity. I want a movie genre that realistically, in 30 years, might have 4 films made that fit into this very specific movie genre. The more specific, the better. Something that you would love. Gosh, look how big my finger looks there. It's as big as my head. That's perspective for you. And there we go. Gosh, we're all done. We're all done here, guys. I like to give you a little treat. Here. And I'm going to, although I did run out of time to set it up beforehand. So unfortunately, we're going to have to be, you're going to have to see a little bit of a blank screen. just for a second, if you would, while I cue this one up. So we were talking earlier about Mission Impossible. And we were talking about me having seen it. Now, I do understand that I'm a very lucky boy. Yes, very lucky boy indeed. And I was able to watch it, but the cinema these days, very, very expensive. Very, very expensive indeed. So I know that not everybody has that opportunity to see films in the cinema. However, you don't want to miss out on the conversation. So what I'm going to say is this. I'm going to give you... I've set it up now, so you can see my face now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a series of statements, a series of opinions, really, that will allow you, that if you steal them, will allow you to make it seem like you have seen the film. Then you'll be able to engage in conversations with people, and maybe make a couple of friends. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, so enjoy this. These are some things to make people believe that you have seen Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, Part 1. I hope you enjoy and find it useful. I went to see Mission Impossible Part 7, Dead Reckoning, Part 1 last night. That's not showing up. I'm not sure why that isn't showing up. Why should that be there? Is that better? I went to see... No, okay. What we're going to do is we're just going to center it on the screen. I went to... No, that's not going to work either. It's definitely the right video. We know that. We can hear it. Why wouldn't that be working then? Maybe let's just get rid of that. Let's start up a new one. It's fine, guys. We'll get to it and it'll be absolutely worth it. MI7 we'll call it. We'll call it MI7. I went to see Mission Impossible Part 7 Dead Reckoning Part 1 last night and We're going to get rid of that. We're going to take this down a touch. We're going to transform it. Going to fit it to the screen. Here we go. And I'm going to click it so that I can hear it as well. Because otherwise I won't be entirely sure that it is making sounds. Monitor and output. Fingers crossed. I went to see... No, it's something to do with that, isn't it? It's something to do with that. Reset transform. I'm just going to have to do it on the fly quickly. I went to see Mission Impossible Part 7 Dead Reckoning Part 1 last night and I had a blast. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. But if you want to save the ticket price but still engage with conversations with people, at least until next week when Barbie and Oppenheimer come out, then don't worry, baby, I got you. Gosh, I'd like some of that green gas when I'm in a boring meeting sometimes. Naming no names, Amanda. Crazy to think that Tom Cruise is now older than Jon Voight was in the first Mission Impossible film. I mean, that's crazy, right? One of them worships God, one of them worships Xenu. I mean, it gets you thinking. Oh, I love that they did all those stunts practically. You definitely couldn't use CG to create something that looked like that. Definitely not. I think it makes a very interesting point about their relationship, that he doesn't at all notice that her eye colour completely changes. Some siblings aren't that close. I love how mysterious Hayley Atwell's character is, right? Like how most of the film she's quite timorous and not very good at fighting, but then she happily wades into fighting that guy on the bridge with the knives. Like, why does she do that? Because she's mysterious. I thought it was great personally to see 4 prominent women in the film and none of them being overly sexualized, right? They're all just there to play their part in the story. And yes, you could criticize them for the unrealisticness of wearing small heels still in action scenes, but then so's Tom Cruise probably. Did anybody else get kind of Polar Express vibes when she's crawling through the pile of coal on the train in a white shirt, but then comes out spotless? I guess not even a shirt can get away with blackface these days. Well, Lord of the Rings did it first. They said, okay, we've hooked you with this story, but if you want to see the conclusion of that story, you've got to come back next year. Now, Dune has done it, Spider-Verse has done it, Matrix did it back in the day, but it's been done for a very interesting, subtle narrative reason. It's so the studios can make more money. Okay then, guys, I hope those phrases work out for you. And remember, if you're trying to appear clever by seeing a film that you haven't actually seen, just pretend to dislike everything about it. Because nothing says I'm clever more than disliking things. Joy is for amateurs. Good luck! And there we go. There we go. So a few phrases for you to share with people around you, maybe a work colleague or a friend, to pretend that you have seen Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and so they'll talk to you. Could just be a person on the bus. Yeah? Think it through. Think it through. Very useful, says TB Douglas. Thank you so much, TB Douglas. I appreciate your input on that. Let's have a look at some answers then. The first round was order. What are we saying? Order. TB Douglas redeemed a 16-second chill dance party. Yeah, you better believe we're going to be doing that. Maybe after the answers? After the answers, before the minute to win it. There we go. We've made a decision. Thank you so much. So, the musing, of course. Your friend says that they want to grow 3 inches and they don't care how crazy the method is. What advice do you give them? That's the musing, guys. That's the musing. This is when we share. This is when we share. Okay? So I don't need you to say it out loud. Lord knows I don't, because then I can't actually hear it if you say it out loud. I need you to get it in the chat. Thank you, Maple Panda. Absolutely. Absolutely the right emote to use in that situation. Our question was simply this. These 4 actors, put them in height order, as many as you are comfortable with. As many as you are comfortable with. If you think that one of them is definitely taller than the others, but you're not sure about the other 2, just put 2. 2 correct will get you 1 point. 3 correct will get you 3 points. 4 correct will get you 5 points. Okay? If you get any of them wrong, that's 0. That's 0. Here we go. The answer, maybe surprisingly, I don't know. The answer is simply, you only need to swap out Tom Holland and Ewan McGregor. It's an A, B, D, C type situation. Jack Black is only 5'6". He's a very short man. Tom Cruise, famously short, I think more because he's an action guy than anything else, 5'7", which isn't that much shorter than average, I do believe. I think it's 5'8". Maybe that's changed these days. 5'8" is Tom Holland. The young Spider-Man is 5'8", and Ewan McGregor 5'10". So he's actually relatively tall, or relatively normal. I always think of him as a little wee, cheeky Scottish imp, much like some kind of creature from Scottish folklore, being tiny and looking up people's kilts. But he's actually 5'10". Actually a relatively tall guy. So well done, however you did with that. And I would actually, we'll say, once we've gone through the musings, if we can just say how many points we got from this round, I would appreciate that. Just out of my interest, just for my records, I would find that very interesting to see how difficult these are. So well done if you got any of those right, though. Let's go back to the musing. Your friend says they want to grow 3 inches and they don't care how crazy the method is. What advice do you give them? TB Douglas says wear higher and higher heels until you're used to walking on the very tip of your toes permanently. That's good. That's a very interesting way of going about things. Because then you might have to... Because if people notice that you're walking on your tippy toes... then the jig is up, so to speak. So you'd have to maybe develop some kind of shoe, maybe some kind of boot with padding in the toe section, so that let's see. So from the outside, it just looks like your regular shoe. But then actually inside, it's there and you're standing on your tippy toes. There's your heel. And then all of this is just padding. So you've actually got your foot in there. And people are saying, my gosh, TB, you look like you've grown. TB says, yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it? Wink. You say, why did you just say the word wink? So don't worry about me. I'm just looking tall. Good stuff, TB. Kind of a ballerina's approach to things, I think. Kind of a ballerina's approach to things, just to get up on those tiptoes, just those extra few inches. And you're like, yeah. Oh, don't worry, yeah, I can reach that from the top shelf. No problem at all. Maple Panda, Uncle Town says, tell the friend to eat 7 kilograms of self-raising flour. Self-raising flour, that's interesting. And just hope that it all just plays its part. I mean, it's going to be tough to eat 7 kilograms of self-raising flour. It's quite a bland food stuff. How could you? Maybe if it's I believe. And don't quote me on this, I believe, and we can maybe pop back to Maine to have a look at this. 2 ingredient pancakes with banana. This is the one that I was thinking of. And I'm pretty sure mixed banana and egg. No, that's egg. I was hoping it was banana and flour. Maybe you can just put it into your smoothies each morning. Pop that into your smoothies. Just have here's my banana, here's my protein powder, and then here's just a fistful of self-raising flour. Glug, glug, glug. And then things are starting to bubble up a little bit. That's good work, Uncle Town. I enjoy that. TB Douglas, I was very unsure of Jack Black. Glad I left him out. He is a wild card. in many ways, Jack Black. You never know how tall he is, how short he is. You never know where he's going to move. He'll be here, then he's there. He's a movie star. He's a singer in a rock band. Ooh, what's going on here? What's going on? Jack. What? Jack, sit down. Jack, sit down, please. Sit. This is quiet time, Jack. The movie's on, so please sit down. It's that kind of vibe. Well done for leaving him out. Gamer Hall, for some reason, Tom Holland gives me short vibes. It's because he plays children a lot of the time, I think. I think it's because he plays children. He's starting to try and branch out with that, with some slightly more adult roles to prove to you, hey, I'm more than Spider-Man. I'm more than just a guy who makes incredible films as Spider-Man. Just allows you to believe a man not can fly, but can swing. I'm probably the greatest swinger there is. But now he says, do you know what? I can also act. Yeah, I can also act. I can play some crazy guys. But he does still have that young vibe to him as well. I think a big part of that as well, Gamer Hole, as well as him playing young people, is no facial hair. Yeah, no facial hair. Even if an actor doesn't normally have facial hair, occasionally they'll play a reporter or a gangster in the 70s. They'll need to pop out a moustache. He's got a part as some kind of Vietnam vet. You need a beard there, Tom. No can do. Got to go clean shaven. That gives young vibes. SJBX72, use a hair product to make your hair stand up. That's lovely. I enjoy that a lot. Get a nice bit of gel. Get what some people will refer to as the Bart Simpson. I mean, who knows how tall he is in real life? Look at this guy. Where does that hair kick in? Because if it's just, oh gosh, this is difficult to. So if you just had regular, like, flat hair, would it be there? I mean, that's putting on an extra few inches. Yeah. They say, gosh, SJPX72, I really want to be taller. And you say, just do the Bartman, okay? Just do the Bartman. And they say the dance, you say, no! High quality gel! Stick that straight up. Absolutely. And vertical stripes, hello. TB Douglas got 3. Lovely. Me and Uncle Town got 2. That's good. That's fine. Wait, how did you get 2? Oh, you got 1 point each. That's fine. Gamer Hole, donate half of their money to giraffes and use the other half to buy all the giraffe paraphernalia they can. Interesting. Donating money to giraffes. I'm not sure that... My worry would be if you spend time with giraffes, people will start to think that you're shorter. But they're so much taller. Yeah, I think that's quite shrewd, actually, Gamer Hall. I think that's quite shrewd. You're going to say, do you know what? I'm standing next to a giraffe. Bart giraffe. Nope. I'm standing next to a giraffe. Look at the size of this fella. People say, gosh, it's really difficult for me to get a bead on how tall Gamer Hall is. Just standing next to that giraffe. And then maybe you incorporate a little bit of the gel in with that. Maybe we've got something going there. Maybe, and also donating half your money. People think that people that they admire are taller. That's a thing that happens. If you just start to be a wonderful, benevolent person, people will just start to think that because you have that presence, that charisma, yeah? I donate money to giraffes. I'm slightly louder than everybody else in the room. I wear brightly coloured t-shirts. People think, gosh, Gamer Hole's looking pretty tall. Gamer Hole's looking like quite a gangly, quite a tall, yeah? If I need help getting something from a top shelf, I'm asking Gamer Hole. Lovely stuff. Cameraman George, use a medieval rack to stretch yourself out every morning and every evening. I think it will work. You'd have to be dedicated, though. You would have to be dedicated, George. And I think that would work. If you're just crunching yourself just elongating that spine. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's got to work. All those medieval people look really tall, didn't they? Vertical stripes. A lot of knights wore vertical stripes. That's probably what it is. But yeah, that's a good choice, Cameraman George. I enjoy that. Super Nash 18, hello to you. Hello to you. Time travel to the year 2749, where an evil scientist is experimenting with various stretching drugs / chemicals in an underground lab. That's good. That's good. You want to get forward. You want to get, because, you know, when we think of what the scientists are going to be working on, yes, they're going to be working on the important stuff. Yes, they're going to be working on cancer, obviously. Yes, they're going to be working on AIDS and dementia, all these terrible diseases that people need cured. But they're also going to be working on things that people's insecurity makes important. Yes, we can see the amount of hair restoring products for men. We can see, you know, the makeup industry, okay? It's all preying on people's insecurities. If we start attacking people's height, so, oh, you seem pretty short actually, dude, then immediately there's going to be some scientists out there working on something that's just going to stretch out those shins or pop that cranium up a little bit, yeah? Various stretching drugs and chemicals. Also, as a suggestion, if you do have the time machine, we're popping forward. Sure, that's great. Let's pop back. Yeah, let's pop back to very early times, oldie English times. People were short, dude. People were real short. You go into a castle, you see the kind of the little opening. This is a door. You're stooping. You're a 14-year-old boy. You're stooping through that door. They were short people, so just relatively, you're going to be, yeah. People say, "My God, he's 5'4". That beanpole, I can't believe. What's the weather like up there, Mister 5'4"? Good Lord." That's how people talked back then. Okay. M. Acton, my gosh. Gutted to have missed the quiz, not me. Got stuck on the M25. M25! That's fine. That's fine. You're still here. That's fine. Super Nash 18, also very simple kid and play hair. Absolutely. Straight up. Just bosh. Straight up. Good stuff. Gamer Hall, my personal theory is that he has a massive forehead and actually just has a buzz cut. A massive forehead and a spiky cranium? A spiky cranium, Gamer Hall? Is that what you're suggesting here? A spiky cranium? Good Lord. M. Acton, I would have a pop-up plinth that folds out from a suitcase, just carrying it around like a briefcase. Always good for impromptu speech making or looking for people in crowds. That's nice. I have something very similar in my kitchen. A little fold-out thing. It's just for that very I mean, I'm a delightfully tall guy, but just the very, very top shelf, it's a little awkward to reach. So just having a little pop-out plinth, that's good as well. It's not good for traveling, but it's great for standing. Yeah, and that's mostly where height becomes an issue, I believe. Gamer Hall, buzz cut is a bit spiky. I think I might need to look up what a buzz cut actually looks like. No worries. Let's have a look. Buzz cut, I believe, is just... Yeah. So there's not a lot of spike going on there. This is maybe a little bit of buzziness on there. But Timberlake, that's not a buzz cut, I don't think. But that's more what you're looking for, I think. If it was Bart Simpson. This Zac Efron Dealey, he's got a little bit, or maybe it's a little bit one of these that Bart's got going on. Maybe. Points all round, guys. Points all round. Let's get on with the second round. Which one was that? Oh, Movie Ladder. Of course, Movie Ladder. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. The musing was you have one Mission Impossible style face mask and voice changer. You can wear it once for a maximum of 20 minutes. Whose persona do you adopt and how do you use it? The instruction's simple, guys. Get it in the chat. Newcomers, latecomers rather. Get involved, God. Let's just have some fun, shall we? Let's forget about the rules. Let's just have some fun. The Movie Ladder. was this one. If you want to work quickly, you can get in on this as well. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, which was released pretty recently. It was the biggest movie in the world. Might still be the biggest movie in the world, although Barbie did have a very big opening. Star Trek Into Darkness, Doctor Strange, Sherlock Holmes, Tropic Thunder, Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, bringing up the rear, or the bottom of the ladder, more specifically. Actor number 1, Dead Reckoning and Star Trek Into Darkness. And there's maybe a couple that could fit into this, but in terms of then after that, we've got Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg, the Brit Simon Pegg, who now has the interesting achievement of having starred in several of these Mission Impossible films, and now, I think especially with this last one, has officially moved into the point where he looks older than Tom Cruise. Well done, Simon. Star Trek Into Darkness and Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch. He was the bad guy in Star Trek Into Darkness and the good guy in Doctor Strange. Go figure. Go figure. Number 3, Doctor Strange and Sherlock Holmes. That's Rachel McAdams. She was the love interest in Doctor Strange, and she was kind of the love interest in Sherlock Holmes, but more kind of a foil. Irene Adler, I believe, in Sherlock Holmes. Whip smart. My gosh, whip smart, but still romantically involved with a much older man, as is Rachel McAdams' wont. Sherlock Holmes and Tropic Thunder. Robert Downey Jr. He played Sherlock Holmes, the man himself, with a kind of an English accent that was a little bit like this. Tropic Thunder, he of course played an Australian method acting, playing an African-American man. Was it controversial? Yeah, a little bit controversial, but he was also nominated for an Academy Award, so some people really liked it. And Tropic Thunder, Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol. It is, of course, played the fat-handed agent in Tropic Thunder and Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible. It is, of course, Tom Cruise. Tommy Cruise. The 61-year-old Tom Cruise. Oh, he looks good for it. Oh, he looks good for it. Well done if you got any of those right. I know that can be quite tricky, but it is a very fun round for me to write. So there will always be a movie ladder waiting for you. Musing-wise, you have one Mission Impossible style face mask and voice changer. You can wear it once for a maximum of 20 minutes. Whose persona do you adopt? And how do you use it? TV Douglas says, I'd be Jeff Bezos. Big Jeff. I'd meet with my accountant and the media to publicly announce giving away 90% of all my wealth. TB going for a wealth issue. Where are you giving it away, TB? Where are you giving away Jeff's millions? Is it millions or is it billions? Let's have a look. Jeff Bezos wealth. In rice? No, just in money, please. Just in money. Let's have a look. Oh. My word. But here's the thing. Is that gonna... Yeah, okay. 90% of 100 is that. So that's what you're giving away. You're giving away 137 billion. Well done, TB. That's lovely. Where's that going? I mean, that could go to any number of places. I mean, that could wipe out the national debt of a lot of places. So let's just see. What's 10%? So we're leaving Jeff. Jeff is going to have to struggle by on merely $15 billion. He's still got $15 billion. He's fine. He is absolutely fine. So what could... Yes, actually, I'd probably take it up to 99%. Okay. So what's 1% of... He's still got $1.5 billion. He's still got $1.5 billion. He's still got more money than a regular person could ever spend. Ever, 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 ever. Gosh, what a sobering thought. I'm just going to take a moment there. You could literally do anything you wanted. Oh. The jacket's fallen. You could do anything you wanted. There is no limit to the things that you could do. You could set up some kind of show. It's always been my dream to own a shop, work in a shop that specifically sells cat ears, like little kind of headbands with cat ears on it. And that's all I'm going to do. And it's going to lose so much money. It's going to lose so much money, but who cares? I've got $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion, not $1.50. $1.5 billion. Because TB, very sneakily, gave away the vast majority of my fortune. But I still got $1.5 billion. TB, you're doing fine work. You're doing fine work. Fine work. Gamer Hall, I disguise myself as Elon Musk, another billionaire. Here we go. Donate all my wealth to climate solution researchers. You want to save the planet, gamer? That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Elon Musk net worth. Here we go. Oh, but he's no longer the world's richest man as Bernard Arnault takes over. Oh, never mind. I mean, surely with that amount of money, we could just buy another planet. Do we need to save this one? Let's just buy another one. Guys, let's buy a solar system with $238 billion. Let's just do that, guys. Excellent work. Benevolent work. Again, Gamer Hole. Do you know what? Gamer Hole's just seeming taller and taller. Yeah, I think maybe pushing 6'7" now. She looks like a regular Stephen Merchant. Cameraman George, Trump. Just Trump. I publicly admit to my crimes and lies and share my hair and makeup routine. Gosh, George, making it political. This has all been quite political. And that's fine. That's fine. You know, I understand all the politics, all the big stuff. Understand it all. It's all, and you're really just all of your crimes, all of your lies, hair and makeup routine, including how does he get those lovely lighter patches around his eyes? How does he do it? Trump, light eyes. Why a third indictment? Eyes reboot. No, that's not what we're looking at. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not keen on, it's that little. I'm not really keen on zooming too far in, so let's maybe just leave that there. Super Nash 18, I'd be General Melchett from Blackadder Goes Forth and walk around saying to everyone. That's good. That's nice. That's a little bit more light-hearted. Super Nash 18. Suggestion of Lord Flash art as well. I mean, then we're stealing the face of a dead man. Unfortunately, Rik Mayall. Maybe go to Rik Mayall's family. Just give him a little bit of closure. Just say, hey, guys, I'm here. If you've got anything that you want to say to me, you've got 18 minutes now. Let me have it. Yeah? That'd be a nice thing to do. Also, knowing Lord Flashheart, you might get a smooch with the ladies. Points all round, guys. Points all round. And then let's go with our final round, which is, of course, Alphabet. Nice and simple. Create a very specific movie genre that you'd love and give it a G name. Gotta give it a G name. No, that's... Oh, I've changed the thing, haven't I? I copied something. Could give away 99% of what he owns and still have 1.5 billion. My word. Let's get it in the chat, guys. Question number 1 for this. Which classic Beach Boys song was at the time the most expensive record ever made and utilizes an electro-theremin to achieve its groundbreaking sound? The answer, of course, begins with a G. And the answer is good vibrations. She's giving me exaltations. Good vibrations. Bop, bop. With the electro-theremin, of course. Lovely work there from Brian Wilson and those blinking Beach Boys. They love the beach. Question number 2. Which actor starred in 4 Alfred Hitchcock films? Suspicion, Notorious, To Catch a Thief, and North by Northwest? Cary Grant. It was, of course, Cary Grant, the transcontinental actor. He was kind of English, kind of American. Kind of a heartthrob. And number 3. Which Gillian Flynn book was later adapted into a David Fincher film starring Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike? And it was Gone Girl. Gone Girl. Double G there, but you don't get 2 points. This isn't categories. Question number 4. Which style of architecture has everything to do with pointed arches and flying buttresses, and nothing to do with dark eye makeup and being miserable? It is, of course, Gothic architecture. Gothic. Question number 5, final question. Which Italian movie and literary genre is typified by gory violence, eroticism, and murder mystery thrillers? And the answer for this one is, well done if you got this one right, Giallo. Lots of Italian horror films. What's his name? Fulci? I believe he's one of the big names in it. I didn't realize it was a literary genre until Wikipedia set me right. What's his name? Lucio Fulci. Yeah. Lots of Demonia, The House by the Cemetery, The New York Ripper, Zombie 3, The Devil's Honey. Gosh. He died in 1996 in Rome, Italy. But what an indelible mark he left. Dario Argento, that's another one as well. Loving that giallo genre. Okay, let's get back to the music. Well done if you got any of those right. Especially well done if you got that last one right. I think that was quite tricky. Create a very specific movie genre that you would love and give it a G name. Give it a G name, guys. TB Douglas goes with Griticism. Nice. A mix of gritty mystery with some social criticism, hitting on my precise taste. A mix of gritty mystery with some social criticism. Interesting. Griticism. Criticism and gritty. It's gritty criticism. Hitting on my precise taste. That's lovely stuff. That's really nice. Maple Panda, Uncle Town has gone to bed. Okay. It's tough for some people. Wanted a genre of Ted Lasso spin-offs. We could call it Go Lasso to fit with your G stipulation. That would be nice. That is what I asked for. Go Lasso. Go Lasso. I like that a lot. So we've got some movies starring, which all ties in with the Italian thing. It is a spectacular or impressive goal in soccer. He is, example sentence from Bing here, he is almost in competition with himself to score as many golazos as possible at present. Lovely stuff. I'm not sure. So you could do. Let's head back to main. Let's head back to main. Let's see some examples here. So you could have Ted Lasso. So we've got spin-offs. Ted Lasso characters. Here we go. We've got Roy Kent. He's the star. To be honest, I haven't seen any of them. Oh, he's in The Power, isn't he? I've seen him. Yes, Toheeb Jimo. Lovely stuff. Oh, he earned an Primetime Emmy Award nomination. Okay. And then she's the owner, I believe. Co-owner, so you could have maybe so what could she... Rich person, maybe caught up in some kind of murder mystery, some kind of giallo murder mystery. Unfortunately, there will be a little bit of nudity required for that, but maybe she'll be up for it. Who knows? So for... who are these other characters? Let's... Ted Lasso wiki. Okay, let's work some out here. Jamie Tart. He looks like a player as well. Maybe he is caught up in some kind of multi-level marketing scheme where he's trying to sell people, healthcare products, health and wellness products, even though he's not properly licensed. And then he realizes partway through, oh my gosh, is this a pyramid scheme? Am I, famous footballer Jamie Tart, caught in a pyramid scheme? I guess anybody can be caught in a pyramid scheme, that kind of thing. Okay. Maple Panda, favors Danny Rojas. Okay. To be honest, it would have to be him, Cristo Fernandez. Okay, let's have a look. Fernandez. Okay, so let's... Cristo Fernandez. Here we go. Let's have a look. Main recurring character. Joined the club summer transfer window. Immediately injured. He could not play at the start of the season. He's been training very much. He is very good, much to the dismay of Jamie Tart. Hangs out with other players. Participates in group activities such as karaoke and dancing in clubs. He even has his own chant that's based on the song of Give It Up by Casey and the Sunshine Band. A golden retriever because of his enthusiasm. Okay, so let's try and work something out here. So he's a very enthusiastic football player. Maybe he stumbles upon, through his enthusiasm, the secret to growth. So we're tying it into a previous part of the episode. He wants to grow. He's allowing people to grow. Maybe it's some kind of... Are we going scientific or are we going spiritual here? Maybe it's kind of an Indiana Jones style thing where he's on holiday, goes into a cave, hears this elixir, and it allows people to grow to untold heights. But then the government are after him, he needs to go into hiding, and it's only through his enthusiasm and his positivity that it carries him through. That could work. That's just off the top of my head about a TV show that I can't stress this enough. I haven't watched the second of. But I think it could work. It's nice stuff. Super Nash 18. Glorious Revolution, a rather narrow movie genre consisting solely of movies summarising the deposition of James II being replaced as king by his daughter Mary II in 1689. Wow. Super Nashwan. That is very super. Very, very super. The deposition of James. Wow. I mean, there's intrigue there. There's a huge amount of intrigue. Very, very nice stuff. Let's have a look at that. I mean, apologies for all this research, guys, but you're bringing some real interesting... very interesting topics. James II of England. Look at this guy. That's a movie star's look. Tolerance of his personal Catholicism did not extend to tolerance of Catholicism in general. The English and Scottish parliaments refused to pass his measures. When James attempted to impose them by decree, this was met with opposition. Some academics have, however, argued that it was a political principle rather than a religious one that ultimately led to his removal. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. It's like a kind of courtroom drama type, lot of intrigue, lot of stuff going on. But then as this is a whole genre, maybe you've got a slightly more, Inglourious Bastards approach where things are starting to go a little bit different. It's the action's ramping up and they're feeling, they want to represent him, of course they do, as the king that he was, but they're not afraid to move things in a slightly more fantastical direction. And he's played by Ian Griffiths? Ian Griffiths. Yeah. Excellent stuff. And cameraman George bringing up the rear here. 21. Yeah, that's fine. Glad action. Feel good action. No one dies, although there's a lot of fighting and suspense. It's feel good. It's feel good stuff. Glaction. A great Glaction star. That's nice. Yeah. What could we do with that? A lot of stuff where it's like, yeah, they're fighting. Yeah, they're fighting. There's fisticuffs, probably not a lot of blood because that brings you down. That brings you to the reality of the violence. And then at the end, they just kind of hug it out because the bad guys realize that they're bad. The good guys realize that, yeah, I'm a good guy, but I've got my flaws. I've got my flaws. We've all got our flaws. A fantastic Glaction story. Glad action. I want to find an example of that. But I'm worried I won't. Lovely stuff. Often too grim for me. Yeah, it is, isn't it, George? George doesn't like a bit of gore. George certainly won't be getting involved with any giallo style things. Well done. Well done, everybody. Points all round. Excellent stuff. I believe I owe, per TB's suggestion, a 16-second chill dance party. So do we want to do that? Should we do that? Let's just do that. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Just lifts the spirits, doesn't it? Lifts the spirits. Lovely work, TB. And then just bring in all this emote work as well. Gosh, that was a lovely moment that you created. Thank you, TB. Thank you. My gosh. Do we have all the points that we're going to get? I don't think we do. I think we've still got the most exciting minute in quiz show today. It's the minute to win it, guys. It's the minute to... Why am I not here as well? There I am. Oh, you can kind of see the top of the thing. Oh, that's exciting because that is not just a plain black box. That is a live feed of my light box, okay? Is it just that? Yeah, it is just that. What's on Notme's Lightbox? The good news is it's going to give you a category. The better news is you can have as many guesses as you like as long as they're each in their own chat message. The more guesses you guess, the better chance you have of linking minds with one of the finest creative thinkers of his generation. That's a nice thing for you to say. Chat box. I appreciate that. It's the most exciting minute in quiz show history. Yeah, it is. Good luck. Good luck, guys. So, was it this week? I don't know why this is in my head, but I was thinking of... Mr. Elton John. I was thinking of Mr. Elton John and that he's on this very long-winded, if I can say that, very long-winded farewell tour. I saw some videos of him. I think he was in London not too long ago, I believe, performing and having a great time. Just a very fun granddad having a very fun time. And I thought, gosh, maybe that's a great thing that we can do for Minute to Win It. So what I'm looking for, guys, and remember, you can guess as many times as you want. Just each guess has to be in its own chat message. What I'm looking for are Elton John songs. That's all I'm looking for, guys. That's all I'm looking for. Get as many as you can in the chat. Elton John songs. Benny and the Jets, says M. Acton, in full caps. Your song, Crocodile Rock. Excellent work. Lovely stuff. Candle in the Wind. Oh, People's Princess. Tiny Dancer, says SJBeck72. Don't go breaking my heart. Don't go breaking my heart, says TP. Saturday night's alright for fighting. You bet it is. Not for me, though. I'm not a big fan of conflict. Tiny Dancer, yes. Candle in the Wind, yes. Sacrifice, yes. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, yes. Rocket Man, Crocodile Rock. Sorry does seem to be the hardest word, doesn't it, Maple Panda? For a lot of people. Struggle. Can you feel the love tonight? I can feel the love this afternoon. Super Nash 18, I can feel the love this afternoon with each one of these messages. I feel that love and I love that love. Don't let the sun god down on me. I won't let the sun god Ra down on you, M. Acton. Nikita, lovely stuff. Can you feel the love tonight? Yes. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Yes. I'm still standing. Yes. Gosh. What an incredible oeuvre Elton John has. Philadelphia Freedom. Lovely stuff, SJ Beck 72. Last couple coming in. It's exciting, guys. It's exciting. Because someone got it. Step into Christmas. Oh, what a lovely, lovely song. M. Acton, Mona Lisas and Mad Hatters. Going deep. Deep cut from M. Acton there. Enjoy that a lot. It was Daniel. It was Daniel. What a beautiful song. Looks like Daniel. Must be the clouds in my eyes. Daniel, therefore, looks like a cloud. That's what we can surmise from it. It's actually a song about a soldier coming back from Vietnam and wanting to escape the fame or infamy of that terrible conflict. Just moves to Spain instead. So congratulations, Maple Panda. Extra 2 points for Maple Panda there. Round of applause. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Is that it? No, that's a catch. I don't know. Is there an applause one? There should be an applause one. Well played. That's good. Oh, does it have to be? That didn't. I don't understand the emotes on this. Glitch lit. Let's try glitch lit. Well done. Well done, Maple Panda. Extra 2 points there. So while you are totting up your scores and getting them in the chat, please. There's a chat box there. Maple Panda, SJBack72, can we have 2 points? We said Daniel 2. Unfortunately, it is only the first person to say it. SJBack72, though I admire your hustle. I tell you what, just this once, and never again, you can have 1 extra point. SJBack72, you can have 1 extra point. But I do reserve the right to remove that extra point if it does become a very pivotal point with who wins. Maple Panda, have you ever known anyone called Daniel, not me? I haven't, actually. I haven't known anybody called Daniel. Daniel Craig. Big fan of Daniel Craig. Who are the most famous Daniels? Let's have a look. That's a good area of inquiry. Daniel, we've got Daniel Craig, Daniel Jones, Daniel Penny, Daniel Radcliffe, Daniel Ellsberg, Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, but personally, I've never known a Daniel. I'm sure they are lovely, lovely people. Daniel Day Kim, of course, M. Acton. I'm a big fan of Daniel Day Kim, if you know what I mean. 1 point for me today. Congratulations, M. Acton. Very well deserved. TB Douglas, 12 for me today. Lovely, lovely stuff. And 11 for SJBX72. Almost very important. Almost too important. While you do get your scores in the chat, I want to remind you that in this quiz, you're only competing against yourself. There's no point threshold to being smart. If you've got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, then you are smart. Art doesn't become successful because of the opinions of others or box office numbers. It becomes successful when you say, yeah, that's great, okay? If you think your performance today was great, then it was great. No two ways about it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, not live, make sure you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you did. 7 for me, Super Nash ran 8, lovely stuff. SJBX72 with 11, we already covered that. Dan Aykroyd, that's a good Dan. That's a good Dan. And 10 for me for me and Uncle Town Maple Panda. Well done, you. Oh my goodness. M. Acton, bespoke quiz round. Saving my points for this will be defo their next quiz. Well, you need to let us know what the round is going to be on. This is very exciting, though. Very exciting indeed. I did want to just have a quick, and if you just bear with me 2 seconds, did just want to have a very quick moment of your time to talk about to give you a quick story, I suppose. A quick story, if I may. I'm going to take you back to the 21st of September, 2021. It was the last episode of Series 3 of the Most Week show. And I ended that episode fully expecting to take a few weeks off and come back bigger and better than ever with Series 4. But then the sadness came, unfortunately, and took over and didn't permit me to create Livetainment for a good long while. When I was able to poke my head back out of the inky blackness, I was keen to get back to Livetainment. It is, after all, one of the purest forms of bringing art to the people. However, my full-time job and my commitments to my son Jesus prevented me from doing Series 4 even then. I opted instead for SmART, which is a less time-intensive Livetainment option, but which I have been enjoying immensely for the past few months, and I hope that you would agree with me on that. I hope you've been enjoying it as well. But I felt an absence, guys. I missed the Most Week show, but I couldn't create more Most Week show. I just didn't have the time. However, the question burned in my mind. What if it wasn't the Most Week show? What if it wasn't most weeks? What if it was less frequent than that? What if it ran in parallel to the quizzes? What if it had all the spirit of the Most Week show, being a highly interactive variety art showcase with 2 tablespoons of heart? What if it contained some old favourites? What if it contained some new favourites? What if it connected people around the world by being the same time, no matter where you were located on this beautiful planet of ours? What if? Guys, as of next week, it will have been 680 barren, Most Week show less days. But what if that changed? Let's hope this works. Guys, next week, I would like you to join me to create, to witness, to enjoy some art right now. This is something that I've been working on in the background for months and months and months, and I couldn't be more excited to share it with you. We'll be back with more quizzing in August. So, M. Acton, I will be looking forward to seeing what you want your quiz round to be about. We'll be getting back to that in August, but we'll be back next week with more exciting new Livetainment. M. Acton, Disney film Bedknobs and Broomsticks, but make it hard as everyone will rightly so watch it. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. We'll come back in August with some more quizzing. and I will let you know ahead of time when it is, so we'll make sure that you're not out of action for that on some kind of summer holiday. I know they happen in August, but for next week, we're going to have some quizzing. We're going to have some quizzing, guys. We're going to have some non-quizzing. We're going to have some live-tainment. We're going to have art right now. And I'm very excited. I'll see you next week.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though Rob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart.